And then a normal everyday case, like I'm an ndis participant, and there could be ways to get me accommodation, all that kind of stuff, and get me into a safe place. That would be really amazing because of this extraordinary situation, of which people like to call me mad for calling it out. It's true I'm mad, but it's also true that it's happening. This is doubly difficult for me. What I need is a safe place to be.
Yeah.
Safety.
Like accommodation.
Accommodation, somewhere I can shut the door and be safe from contracted killers, because they are out there and they'll murder me. What they're trying to do is to make me do it, so they can be free from liability. I'm a suicide survivor. I've already suicided once because of this exact reason, and then rather than any justice, they buried the whole incident, which was fatal, and then they forced me to live in my car, and they're still doing it now. So it's not very fair, equitable, or dignity and respect. All the ndis policies are right out the window, So I'm not asking for much. I never have. All I want is a very basic home for my dog and I, some freedom from violence, and just food and medicine. That's really all I've ever wanted. But it's been too much for the government, who've unfairly targeted me, So, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. What's your thoughts? First of all, you might know me actually from the past if you've been in this game for 20 years. I wrote a book about my experience with schizophrenia, and it was published by Allen and Unwin, and it was called Recovered Not Cured, A Journey Through Schizophrenia. It was Sane Australia's Book of the Year back in the day.
Wow.
And it got a Human Rights Award and all that stuff. So I'm a well-known public advocate. You look me up on Wikipedia, But ever since I was targeted, they've obliterated my public, my achievements and my merit and everything about me, and they've character assassinated me with impunity, and they've damaged my human rights and obliterated me from all legal rights. So,
Rich, can I ask you a question just regarding your schizophrenia? Are you under any treatment order or anything at the moment?
I don't think that's relevant right now, but there was one in New South Wales, but that was only a method to assault me with battery and chemical restraint. It's another mechanism by which the government can persecute me and do it with impunity. I willingly take my medication. There's no reason to
You have medication?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Medication's not the panacea for my problems.
No. Well, what I'm wondering though is there are you for example, how long have you been in Canberra for?
2 days.
Okay. Where did you arrive here from?
The police chased me out of New South Wales. They were doing a welfare check and intimidated me out of the state by threatening me with hospital, which is a mechanism by which these people use in order to silence me.
Are you wanting to stay in Canberra long term?
I don't know where else to be. I've really got nowhere to be. I've got no place to call home. I've been on the run for over a year now. I've been run out of Victoria to New South Wales, intimidated all the way by authorities, It's unfair.
Yeah.
If I had my choice and control, I'd maybe pick I don't know. Look, the way things are with this situation, I'm happy to reside in any single place that's got a door that can lock, and where I can be protected from persecution,
Yeah. So your plan's all agency managed.
Yeah. That's a mechanism by which they lock up the funding and I'm unable to access it.
Can I give them a call?
Yeah,
to
sure.
Just check out what is going on with it.
Sure. And I'll give consent. I can endorse you as a provider, all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
while we're on the phone.
Welcome to the National Disability Insurance Agency.
Due to recent activity by scammers targeting NDIS participants, we are taking extra steps to protect you in updating personal information. We appreciate
The
your
NDIS
patience and
minister himself,
understanding
Bill
when
Shorten,
processing
ordered the
these
hit on my
requests.
life.
If you are calling about
So,
joining the NDIS,
that's-
press 1. If you are calling about using a plan, updating information, or using our self-service options, press 2. If you are calling about housing or home modifications, press 3. If you are calling about changing or having a plan reassessed, press 4. If you are an NDIS provider, press
Lighten up
5.
the mood a bit. Tell me a joke or
If you would
something.
like to hear these options, please
It's also
hold
serious.
while we transfer you. This call may be recorded or listened to for quality and coaching purposes. If you do not want this call to be recorded, please let the customer
You on the
service officer
pension?
know
Getting
when
the
they
pension?
answer your
Disability
call.
pension.
We
But
look
the
forward to
public
helping
guardian
you.
withhold it,
Respect
and
is
they
as
make me beg
important
for
to
it.
us
What?
as it is to you.
Is it with New South
We
Wales
will conduct
Financial
this call with
Trustee?
Yeah.
respect to you. And
But
ask you
as
to
I've
do the
moved
same with
location
anyone
in
else.
another state,
Abusive language or behaviour
I don't believe I'm
may
under
lead
that
to
anymore, or
termination
that
of your call.
legislation. But the same.
Thank you for
But I
listening.
reckon that they'll transfer it to wherever I am and abuse me there. But I don't want to be on it.
Welcome to the NDIA. This is Marie speaking. How can I help you?
Hey Marie, this is Tim O'Hare speaking. How are you doing?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good, thank you. I work as a support coordinator with a company called Ability Seer,
Mm-hmm.
and I have Richard McLean with me at the moment, who's a participant who we were just hoping to see if we could get some clearer information about Rich's current NDIS plan dates and budgets.
Mm-hmm. Can we have the participant on the line, or am I on that?
Yep, you're on loudspeaker, and I'm right here, and I endorsed him to look at my plan and know everything about it.
Thanks for that. I did need some other details from you.
Sure.
Your date of birth, please.
8th of April 1973, and my email address is richarddrawstuff@gmail.com, and my number I think you had was 0433 514 524.
524. Thank you. Okay, so could I get the correct spelling of your last name, please?
M for Mary, C for Clancy, L for Larry, E for Egg, A for Apple, N for Nelly.
E for egg. Okay.
Can I ask, do you have Richard McLean on file or Baron Dodger on file?
I'm not sure. Should I have both?
Because I changed my name and I don't know what I'm officially known as at the NDIS.
Okay. We will have a look.
Thank you.
Okay. Could I get, from either one of you, the NDIS number, please?
Yeah, it's 4309
Mm-hmm.
38559.
Thank you for that. Verbal consent was given for yourself. Bear with me, just need to write things into the notes. Has a consent form been sent in on your behalf, Tim?
Oh no, I've actually only just connected with Richard today.
Okay.
You can
So
hear the
this
whip.
verbal consent only lasts for this phone call.
Yep, okay.
Okay, wonderful. All right, putting you on a short hold while I go and verify, and then I'll come straight back to you.
Good.
Thank you.
You can hear the bureaucracy screaming through the phone, can't you? Does it drive you mad?
I think it would be one of the most awful jobs I can imagine doing that.
I think being on the receiving end of these calls, yeah, would be awful. But even for you having to ring up and go through this process like all the time, and then enraging music.
You wouldn't believe the call I had before trying to tell someone what the updated details were for one of the clients. 0445 929 9.
Oh, and then they go back and read. Yeah.
9.
It's like, I think maybe they're instructed sometimes to do it intentionally as a method to institutionally gaslight you and drive you crazy, you know. all the time when I call people on the phone, they say, I can't really hear you properly. And like, I can't help that. It's my old broken phone and it's intercepted. There's not much I can do about it.
Voices.
There's three trains of thought to that, and I'll tell you accurately what's going on. There's one, which is the authentic hallucinations. Yes, I do. There's the second, which is the intercepted, the planted people put into the environment. That's two. Then there's the third one, which is V2K, which uses the Frey effect of microwave pulsations. It's a verified. It's not verified really in public domains, but it's a well-known and verifiable technology that is a military technology which targets people, especially whistleblowers and dissidents. And they do this to me constantly over months and months now. And the thing's always the same. You're a fucking pedophile, you're a fucking rapist, kill yourself, you're a faggot, all that kind of stuff. And I know this isn't from me or God, because God uplifts, and it's all encompassing and forgiving and, levels you up. That's what God does. This is a man-made device which has been exploited by corrupt mankind, and it targets people by biomarking their DNA as a resonance of a frequency, and it's linked to the satellite system and information of the authorities. So I know you probably don't believe all that, but I can verify it.
Hello, Tim.
Yep.
Richard, thanks for holding. Would you prefer Richard or Baron?
Just call me Baron for now. That'd be good.
Baron, okay. So if I slip, I apologise.
No worries, Dale. Not a worry.
Okay.
Crystal clear.
We're looking at the budget, is that correct?
And the current plan dates, if possible.
Okay. Planned start date was the 18th of the 12th, 2024.
Yep.
Plan reassessment date is the 17th of the 6th, 2025.
Okay. So he was given a 6-month plan in December last year. And what sort of budgets are there in this current plan, I wonder?
Nothing in consumables, nothing in transport. We have assistance with daily life.
Yep.
And there's an available balance of, bear with me, $34,030.
74, did you say?
34.
34, sorry. 34. Yep.
030.
Yep.
It's probably easier that way. And 52 cents.
Okay.
Okay, let me put this down. I need to put it in my notes what I'm advising. Take a little bit, sorry.
All right.
I have to put the category and the amount.
Got an infected toe.
Okay. Next up we have assistance with social and community.
Yep.
And the available balance there is 843
Yep.
and 60 cents.
Yep.
Okay, there. That one. Yes. Okay, next up we have CB.
Yep.
And we have supply management. We have the behaviour support.
So there is plan management?
There is plan management, yes. So he is plan managed and agency managed.
Okay. What were the core budgets? Were they agency or plan managed?
They're plan managed.
Okay.
Is that good?
And can you see, I wonder, whether or not there has been a plan manager engaged yet?
Crystal, come here. Come here. Come and calm me. Come here. Come on. Come here. Come here. You're such a cheeky girl.
There's a plan manager that's endorsed.
Yeah. Who is that?
It's WA Plan. Just bear with me. Plan Management Proprietary Limited.
I've never endorsed them.
Okay.
They're linked to Suki Tia, the NDIA appointed support coordinator. I've tried to remove her from my care, but they won't allow me. So it's not about choice and control. It's about it's intimidated on me, and Suki is keeping me entrapped to poverty and homelessness and paying herself in the meantime. So I want to remove her from my care. I've only said this 100 times. I don't want her, and I've tried to remove her.
Yeah, I understand. Just bear with me.
Crystal, come here. Oh, don't leak. Come here. She's got a sore foot. I think she needs to go to the vet. Come here, Crystal. Come here. Crystal. Have you got a sore foot? Have a look.
Okay, he has requested.
All right. That's all foot.
Times
What have you done?
for current
What have you done?
support coordinator to be removed.
So, I'll wait till she finishes.
But it's not been paid. Alright, so am I right to go back to the budget amounts, or
I just wanted to say quickly, I removed Suki Tia from my care because I don't want her involved in my care. It's my choice and control, and can we get rid of her, please, and appoint someone else? I'd like to appoint someone that Tim would recommend, because I'm here and she's all the way in Perth. It's been really impractical for her to be in Perth, and I think it's part of a setup because she's appointed and I can't get rid of her. Crystal, stop looking. And so I want to remove her from my care.
who appointed her?
The NDIA, the delegate to the CEO, Rebecca Falkingham, appointed her, I think, or Bill Shorten. And Bill Shorten's also been proven to have, sorry if he sounds delusional, but order a hit on my life. And I've documented that. And the only reason the murder was stopped was because the government would have had blood on its hands. So I find it hard to engage with the NDIS, knowing that its minister was a person who's ordered me to be murdered. I'm not making it up. I can verify this evidence with you, and I already have.
Okay, so bear with me.
Extraordinary situation.
I'm not quite sure where to send this off to. I can't remove them myself.
That's been the case for the last year. I can't remove them. No one can. They're appointed by the NDIS. They're sent, and that just underscores the harm that's meant for me by the NDIS. They're entrapping me to poverty. The ministers tried to torture me to death over a year, and when I didn't die, he sent someone masquerading as an NDIS provider, and they weren't. They were criminals, and I caught them out, and I called it, and then they had to intervene to stop the murder because they would have had blood on their hands. Bill Shorten's a criminal, and this is a criminal organisation.
And are you homeless now?
Yes, I've been homeless for over a year, and I've been in unsuitable accommodation all the way through, and I've been entrapped to poverty. I'd like to please change my plan to not agency managed, because they're obstructing the access to my funds. I'd like to change it to independently managed, please, and Tim can verify that I've asked that yet again. I keep asking, and you keep blocking me from doing so.
Plan be changed to self-managed or changed?
Yep, I'm well within my remit. I know what I'm doing. I've got a PhD. I'm not stupid. I can organise my own affairs, but I'm obstructed by all finances from the government. I'm not trying to argue. I'm just saying it how it is.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just thinking where I can
I'm also, can I just go one hot step more senior than that and say I'm an unprotected whistleblower. So my whole life's a political reprisal, you know. This is the problem. Crystal, come here. Come here. Come on, Pat. Come on, Pat. Quick, come here. Go. Come here. Come here. She's cheeky.
Okay, so, Tim,
Yes.
do you need anything else from the budget?
Yes, if I could just so we got through the two core budgets were plan managed by WA Plan Management, and then which other capacity building budgets are there in this plan?
So there's 4 other categories, and they're agency managed. So we have behaviour support.
Yep.
And the amount available there is $26,535.
Yep. Yep.
And 81 cents.
Yep.
And then we have improved daily living skills.
Yep.
And the amount available there is $10,921.
Yep.
And 14 cents.
Yep.
Just bear with me while I grab that one. Okay.
Don't. You'll get it worse. Okay.
Okay. And then we have improved living arrangements.
Yep.
And the amount available there is $4,003.
Yep.
Is it possible with the improved living arrangements, if I sign a contract with Tim today, if we can use that in order to put me in an emergency accommodation or do respite care, because I actually threatened by violent people at the moment and I'm not safe. So it's a safety issue and a human rights issue, and I'm just wondering if we can extract any of that funding in order to put me in respite care or a hotel, because I've just escaped a murder plot and people are after me. Are you just writing that question down, or are you just writing it down? That's good, thank you.
I'm putting it in the notes.
Oh, awesome, thank you, I appreciate it.
Okay, supply to safe accommodation as he has been threatened.
Yeah, I can verify that with Tim right now. He can look at it if you want. I can show him the text messages to threaten me and kill me. And I can only say...
Via text messages?
Pardon?
Via text messages?
Via text messages, and also Bill Shorten, the NDIS minister, ordered a hit on my life. I'm not making it up. I can verify that with evidence. It was the government gave the tenders to the criminal networks, and then they outsourced the murder. But I knew it was happening, and I used AI to summarise the evidence, and I also got a tip off from someone on my whistleblowing website that they were there to erase me, and that I was in danger, and I left, and I had to leave the home that I was in, and it was confirmed by an NDIS provider named Ben that indeed there was a hit on my life, and while I was up in Port Macquarie, there was a sting with the intelligence agents, and they caught 2 would-be assassins who were up there on false number plates and looking to locate me and assassinate me. So that's I can show Tim the evidence right now if he would like to verify that as a third party. I know it's hard to believe. So Ben was an NDIS provider who I begged to tell this information to the police, And they did, but the police were complicit in it because I rang the police on the night of the murder and they were going to allow me to stay there and be murdered. So they chased me out of the place, you know. Can't make this up.
Okay. One more to go in
Yep.
the budget, Tim,
Yep.
if you're ready.
Yep.
Support coordination and psychosocial recovery coaches.
Yep.
The amount available is $16,523.46.
Okay.
How many hours do I get support a day, can I ask?
I can go into...
That would help you, wouldn't
Just
it?
bear with me.
I can work it
Oh,
out.
you can work, yep.
How do I spell your last name, Tim?
It's O''Hare, O'Hare.
Okay, wonderful. I got it right.
And if Richard was wanting to engage with us, would he give an endorsement for that?
Oh, yeah. Well, I was just going to say, I already said this to Tim. While I'm here with Tim, I'd like to endorse him as a company because I've got no other options, you know. Tim's here. I'm here with him and he's agreed to meet me. And if I need to endorse him in order for him to help me, I'd like to do that, please.
Okay. So the process for endorsing as such, support coordinators now involves a consent form that needs to be sent in.
Yeah.
And then the participant needs to ring back once that's in and submit a request for service.
Okay.
Yeah, so you'd have to get the consent form from the NGO's website, get it all filled in, send that in, and then ring back with Richard.
Yeah.
And then a request for service could be actioned.
Usually it's just you ring up and have a verbal conversation to give consent on the phone, don't
I can
you?
go off and print one off.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no,
That's
it's
okay.
changed. That was the old way.
Oh, okay.
It has changed.
Yep.
So it changed either just before or around about the same time as the legislation came in. So
Okay.
that was changed in itself. Now, what was your question? Improved living arrangements and how can it be used? So just bear with me.
That's great. Because I need to feel safe and there are people... I need to feel safe and there are people attempting to get me. Yeah, that's right.
I'm just going to put you on a quick hold. I just need to cough. So just bear with me. Sorry.
Sure.
Sorry about that. Okay. So, let me see if I can go to the right.
Richard, is it all right if I go up, take the phone with me and you go up?
Yeah, and I'll just stay here. Do you want to come back? Yes.
I'll come back.
Sure. As long as you do come back, I don't want to be...
I'll just...
Don't leave him standing there.
Don't leave me here, please. Yeah, just go up. That's fine, though.
I'm just going to go up and get printed off.
Yep. Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah, sure. Is she still there? Hey.
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right. Look, I can probably assist Richard with that question on the improved living arrangements.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess what's urgent, what needs to be worked out now while we've got them on the phone together, you know?
Like if I was to get Richard's consent signed now and scanned back to you, could it sort of be checked sort of immediately, or would it sort of take a while for it to sort of appear on the system, so to speak?
Yeah, sometimes it takes a bit to load in.
Yeah.
So it would need to load in. That's the problem there.
I guess it's an urgent situation, so if you could make it go faster, that would be really appreciated, because I'm really trapped and I've got no home and nowhere to go.
So have you accessed or tried to access what state are you in? Okay, so housing New South Wales. So are you from the street now, or in your car, or
I'm living in my car, but homelessness isn't consistent with NDIS policy, I'm afraid. It's there to support people in the community, but if I have no community, it's a breach of the whole system, you know? You can't just fob me off to someone else.
Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, you can't just fob me off to someone else, you know? There's obligations of the NDS.
This would be in assistance to the homelessness at this stage. So Housing New South Wales does have a dedicated line. It's called Link to Home.
Yes, I can only tell you, please listen to me. Link to Home rejected helping me because of the death threat from Bill Shorten. They acknowledged that the threat was there and they refused to help me because I was a risk to the other people. I'm obstructed from all government agencies, including the NDIS, including Link to Home, including AFCA, including the Public Interest Disclosures thing, including the Australian Human Rights Commission, including all politicians, all media and all public officials. What's wrong with the story? It's because it's corrupt. I'm asking for help. I'm a desperate person here. You're pushing me to the edge again, you know? What are you going to do, send the ambulance and put me in hospital next? That's the very way you get away with this.
There's only certain things that I can do, so...
Well, there's only certain things that I can do. All of the things that are necessary to exist in a society have been removed from my life. And I'm asking the agency who are obliged to help me, and you're finding absurd ways to delegitimise it and remove all responsibility.
That's all right. Because
Sorry,
we might be able to assist Richard with some of those calls to like Link to Home, and because he's in the ACT, so it might be one link or something like that, I think. But we could sort of assist him with that, but I just have to get the consent form and all of that sorted out, and then we can hopefully get the ball rolling. So you've actually been very, very helpful. Thank you so much for all your help.
I'm sorry for yelling. I'm sorry about that. I've been pushed to the edge. I know what it's like. I must imagine what it's like having to answer the phones all day, and I appreciate your help.
Look, it's my pleasure, and you know, it's part of answering the phones because it's frustrating, and you know, people are hurting, and everyone has a story. So
Yeah, thank you.
It's okay. So
Thanks.
don't you know? I'm just putting notes in. Apart from anything else, that's about all I can really help you with. I'm just seeing where...
Could I just get an answer to the question, am I able to use respite care or money for helping with accommodation to put me into a hotel for a couple of nights just so I'm safe, because I'm at a risk of being murdered. I can only be clear.
So what?
So everyone gets respite care. I think if I signed up with someone, they can put me in for 2 weeks at a time. We could put me into an Airbnb and keep me safe for the time being. It would be really helpful to the situation.
2 hours per week. So not under that one because it's been assigned to 2 hours per week as a comparison coach with a housing support provider. So that's to assist you with the accommodation and tenancy obligation. Let me go out and see if there's anything else in another category. Improved day of living. Okay. I'm just looking for somewhere where it says something in regards to respite.
Everyone gets respite care. You can use it out of the core budgets, and you can use your budget flexibly while your plan's being renewed. So I should be able to use the funds flexibly for respite care just to keep me safe. It is urgent, and there's a potential murder going to happen. I can show you that evidence.
It's not stated though. It's not stated. My understanding is, from what I'm reading
It says on the recording when I call up, you can use your plan flexibly until such time as your plan is renewed. That means the core support, which I can use anyway for respite care, I can use it. Please don't go to absurd lengths to keep me homeless. That's ridiculous. I'm allowed to use the core supports, and I'm allowed to use my funding flexibly until my new plan's in.
No, only core is flexible. Your stated supports aren't flexible.
Well, tell me how much I've got in core, and then we'll know how much I've got that we can use for respite care. How much is there, please?
We've already got the details. We've got those details.
Well, the answer is I can use it for respite, can't I?
But is it in that budget? Did they put short-term accommodation, or like does it need to be stated for?
I'm not seeing it. That's the thing. Just bear with me.
She's looking for a reason to reject me.
It's all
I can't see it. Sorry, let's just read it.
Can you also... Oh, sorry, I'm going ahead of my time. Can I phrase? I've got 2 professional recommendations for SILs, but it was obstructed by the NDIS. That's a problem for me.
Okay. I mean, there's plenty of allowances for support workers.
Mm-hmm.
But not seeing anything with respite in it at this stage.
Can you use
Double-checking
core
everything that just makes
for
me
respite?
missing it.
So frustrating.
2 hours now. So all I'm saying is accommodation and tenancy obligation, assistance with accommodation and tenancy obligation is 2 hours per week.
She's gaslighting me.
We can work on it.
Okay.
To do with a housing support provider
Okay.
to assist him to find long-term stable accommodation.
All right.
Okay. Let me get in. There's one more I just want to double check as well.
Can I just ask, yes or no, can core support budget be used for respite care? Yes or no?
My understanding is that it has to be stated, but I'm not directly, I'm not 100% sure on that. So I'm just reading everything that I could possibly read to see if it's mentioned anywhere in your plan. And that, as far as I know, that whatever the plan says is what your budget allows.
Will you acknowledge Bill Shorten ordered a hit on my life?
Me?
Yeah.
No, sorry, I can't do that.
I've got the evidence.
He does have a short-term goal about accommodation, but in any case, I'll follow it up tomorrow. Thank you so much. I'm going to have to...
You're very welcome.
Thank you again. I'm going to have to get back into the office because I have to finish up for the day.
Mm-hmm.
But you've been very helpful.
Okay,
Thank you again.
We'll just put the notes on a file so we can ring again.
Yeah.
Can we get a receipt number for the call?
You can have my login ID, which is capital letters MEK
MEK
307.
307. And the receipt number for the call, please.
That is the receipt number for the call. That's there's no case number.
And it's also your ID, is that right?
That's my login ID. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Good on you.
You're very welcome.
Thanks again. Bye-bye. So...
Am I insane, or is no one answering my direct questions the way...
The answer to it, though, is isn't necessarily going to come from her, you see, because if you're going to have that accommodation, the respite, it would get billed through your core budget, which is now managed by a plan manager. So what we do is we contact them
Yep.
to confirm with them whether or not they will allow such a invoice to be processed through your budget.
Yep.
And that's how we get our answer.
Oh, okay. So
And
there's
if
the
they
plan of
do-
attack.
If they do, great. If they don't, then what we'll do is you've got this coordination budget that we can work with you through
Yep.
to explore other crisis accommodation options for you.
Yep.
What I need you to do though,
Yep.
would you be so kind as to stay here while I print off a consent
Sure.
form and I'll
Yep.
bring it back out?
No worries.
Then I'll email that off to the NDIS, and your job for tomorrow is to call them and tell them that you've contacted us and you're giving an endorsement for us.
Okay. Yep.
Does that sound all right?
Yeah, okay. I'm worried about what I'm going to do tonight, though, you know.
Yeah.
This is the immediate problem, you know.
Yeah.
We're just going to have to stay here. Like, I can only say it's murder. They're trying to murder me. I mean, does the business have a budget? Could I pay you back? Is there any way you could extract it later? It's a safety issue, you know.
Yeah.
It's a safety issue. I can prove these people are after me, you know, and the police will allow it. This is how Bill Shorten nearly killed me. It's really that much of an imminent threat.
There's you could call One Link. They're the ACT crisis accommodation provider.
Yep.
And they may have some crisis accommodation available.
Are you putting the emphasis on me to call them? And
Well, yeah. Look,
Yeah.
I'm going to be finishing
Yeah.
in about 15 minutes.
Right.
I'm going to get the consent form
Okay.
before I go.
Okay.
Back in a sec.
He's going to allow me to live in my car tonight with threats of murder, and then expect me to go with this company after he's palmed me off to link to home, not acknowledged that there's a conspiracy or that Bill Shorten tried to kill me and delegitimised everything that I said. And now he's sending me to the street. Can you believe it? Come on, you. Come. Yeah. Quick. Stop here.
Are you able to sign this?
Sign my life away, yeah.
This is your consent form. Now, I'm not sure what is the name that you've currently got.
Legally, it's Baron Dodger.
Is it? So
Yeah.
what's it at?
B-A-R-R-A-N.
B-A-R-R.
A-N.
Yep.
D-O-D-G-E-R. Because I'm dodging the Baron in my life. It's a bit of a comedy name, don't you think?
And date
That's
of birth?
8th of April 1973.
And contact number?
0415 780 916.
And then email?
One that works, try that one. lovewins73 at proton.me.
At
Proton.me. Proton.me.
Alright, so that one, and I think you just need to sign this here.
I've signed so many of these.
Good on you.
So, if I begged you for $30 to get a sandwich and some dog food, would you give it to me?
I don't know if I've got any cash on me at the moment, to be
Yeah.
honest.
We have internet banking. I've got a pay ID. I know it's unethical, but so is murder. You know, I'm not going to stop you in or anything. You're helping me. I don't assume your prosperity. You might be broken than me, but I highly doubt it.
I'm sorry. I don't have anything.
Okay.
But
How much do you stand to make if I sign up to you as a client?
well, it's
It seems a bit inequitable. I'm begging for help. I'm starving. I'm about to be murdered. I'm begging for $30 for a sandwich, but no go for you. But sign this form so we can get the money from your plan.
Are you able to come back tomorrow so we can start working on your coordination?
If I'm alive.
Come in and we'll there's the best thing to do would be there's in Civic there's the early morning centre. They
I've been
have
starving for
food.
3 days, you know. You're supposed to report abuse and neglect, not be the cause of it.
Yeah.
Thanks, I'll come back tomorrow.
Oh,
Have I got any choice? I'm literally abused by all the people who are supposed to help me.
I'll get this off to the NDIS.
Great, chop chop. What's up? Hey, look. Look.